What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis, here on another beautiful day in North Carolina. Before we get into the service call, I just want to tell you I was contemplating the business of heating and air conditioning, and I have to tell you, I love my job. I really do. One of the reasons is because of you guys. Since I started uploading videos and everything, my outlook on my job has totally turned around. It's got me in a better mood, and for one thing, I thank you guys for that. Second is really thinking about, especially if you're a heating and air professional, what our job consists of. We're not stuck in an office every day. We don't have a boss breathing down our necks, watching everything that we do. We're out and about. It's a pretty good thing. And another good thing is our customers, they're in a distressed situation. Either they're cold or hot. So when you show up to your house, they're always glad to see you. You know, and a lot of jobs aren't like that. You have meetings and things you go to, and people don't care, don't want to see you or anything like that. But most of the time, when I show up to a customer's house, they are very glad to see me. So that's a good thing, except for, you know, those few butthole customers you run into, and everybody runs into that. And the second, well, not second, but the next thing is, you're really, if you can fix that unit, you're that customer's hero for today. That whole family's hero. Because you got them into a situation where they're burning up. This is air conditioning season here in North Carolina, that they're burning up, sweating their butts off, and you're that customer's hero. And it's not bad that at the end of that service call, they pay you for something that they can't do themselves. So if you really think about it, our job is not that bad. So just a little thing to think about today. So anyway, let's get to the service call. I have a service call I'm going to. I don't know, it's like always, on this one, the customer didn't give us any information on the call. They just said the system is not cooling, so we're going to go out there and we're going to be this customer's hero. So I will see you at this customer's house. Alright, I just got to the customer's house, and what they were saying was the air conditioner wouldn't do anything. I went to the thermostat, turn it over to cooling, and it would do nothing. It would blow no air, really do nothing. So we need to start at the furnace, see what's going on at the furnace. I always told you, you know, if I turn the air conditioner on, it does blow air, or you start at the condensing unit. But if you turn the thermostat, it doesn't do anything. We need to start at the furnace and see what's going on there. Alright, we're up here at the furnace, and the furnace is absolutely doing nothing. We look at our pan. Our pan is completely empty. So let's start by taking off our cover. Now we'll go look down in here, and we can see our diagnostic light is lit. That tells us there is 24 volts going to the furnace. So let's take everything off and see what's going on. Alright, we got our bottom panel off so we can get to all of our wiring and everything. And I put a little screw in our door switch so we can continuously get power to it. Now, with this having a diagnostic light, what we want to do is is flashing a code. So we go over here. I don't know if you can see this, but it says each of the following status codes is a 2-digit number, with the first digit by the number of short flashes and the second digit by the number of long flashes. So let's see how many short flashes we get. 1, 2, and then the second 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had the diagnostic code flashing 2 short flashes and 4 long flashes. So how to figure this out is we go over here to our blower door, and let's look for 24. 24, it says secondary voltage fuse open. That was pretty easy to diagnose, if I have to say so myself. So let's take out our our fuse. And what do you know? We have a blown fuse. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my truck. I'm going to get my little handy dandy fuse circuit tester. I'm going to plug this in here to see if we have a low voltage short. You could just plug another fuse in there, but if you have a low voltage short, it'll actually blow another fuse. I've got a little thing that I can put in here and test, so if there is a low voltage short, it won't blow another fuse. So I'm going to go get that and I'll be right back. Alright, I went on and got our fuse tester right here. And these little handy dandy things will, if you have a blown fuse, like I say, you can plug that in and it'll tell you if you have a low voltage short somewhere. It'll just pop this little button instead of blowing other fuses. But as you can see, this blower now is running. I heard the condenser kick on. Now, I just want to warn you guys, anytime on a furnace that you have to replace your low voltage fuse, sometimes it could be a nuisance, trip, or blow, and you replace the fuse and everything works. But a lot of times what you can end up having, especially if the unit kicks on and continues to run, in a couple of days, you may have that same problem again. It probably means that there's a intermittent low voltage short somewhere, and I'm going to tell you they're the hardest things in the world to find, because as you put the fuse in, everything looks good. It's always good to go look at your contactor, make sure your contactor coil, it doesn't have any burn marks on it. It can come a lot of times where the homeowner cuts grass and they may have hit the thermostat wire outside, which most of the new thermostat wire should be in conduit anyway. But really sometimes there's no way to find that until it finally shorts out. In 10 minutes you can find a low voltage short if it continues to short out. So as far as the day goes, I'm just going to go take a quick look just to see if I see anything. But this AC is back up and running. And what do you know, another happy customer. So I'll meet you guys back in the truck. Alright, everything is completed. I went outside and looked at the contactor. The contactor looked good. All of their low voltage wiring going to their condensing unit was in conduit. I didn't see anywhere that was touching any metal to cause any low voltage short. Just anytime you deal with this fuse, a low voltage fuse blown, you let the customer know if everything starts back up and everything is running, that there is a possibility of an intermittent short. Because the worst thing you want to have happen is you replace this, the customer thinks everything is totally fine, which I hope it is, but there could be things that you can't see, and that's not your fault, that's not the customer's fault, it's nobody's fault. It's just one of those things. And like I told you before, these are intermittent shorts like that are some of the worst problems to have, because you may have to go out there 4 or 5 times until you finally trace that short down. But yeah, we're talking about, customers are so glad to see you. I walked into this house. As a customer that we had at another property, they had just moved into this house within the past week or so. They have a newborn. They had fans going all inside their house. They're sitting here sweating. And they were so glad to see me when I arrived. So, it made me feel good. They welcomed me in, asked me if I wanted something to drink. Were so appreciative and so thankful that I was able to come out. And once I got them back up and going, they just loved me to death. So, what do you know, guys? I love calls like this. I love the customer's hero for a day. Kind of makes you feel good. So, if you like this video, guys, please like and subscribe. It means more to me than you know. I was another HVAC hero for today. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next video.